talking over. All right. For recording purposes, as we're getting ready for this interview, if you can give me your name, please.
Beamer Wigley.
And the name of your album is?
It's Meteorite.
Let's do this, my friend. We're doing this in 3, 2, and 1. First, Beamer. I have never met anybody before with the name Beamer. How did your dad or your parents come up with the name Beamer?
Well, my initials are BMW, so it kind of fit.
Oh my goodness, man. It's like you were in like entertainment royalty just from the day you were born. Look, I gotta say, man, it's really good to meet you. This is the first time you and I are getting a chance to talk. I had a chance to go on, your site, your music and everything else. I gotta ask you, how old are you?
I'm 13.
My friend, you were like 25, 26, 30. I've never seen somebody with such maturity on stage. I mean, it blows my mind. I mean, last time I saw that was like, maybe back in the 70s with a certain Jackson 5 group. But where does that passion come from, man, and that old soul?
For me, like, music's like always been something that like I aspire to do, and music's always kept me grounded, and I've just went for it, and I just didn't let anything stop me. And yeah, the maturity kind of came naturally.
Yeah, well, look, I want to get into this whole thing and figuring out exactly how all this came about, because originally you're from BC, right?
Yes, I'm from BC. My entire family's from here in Ontario, but when we were 6 weeks old, we all moved out to BC, so I'm the token BC boy of the family.
Age of 5, first time picking up a guitar?
Yes, when I was 5 years old, I was going to school one day. My mom put on a music video for me to watch just before I left, and it was Keith Urban and Brad Paisley's Start a Band, and I watched Keith Urban like a hawk, and then I looked at my mom and I just said, I need a guitar. This is what I need to do. So the next day I got my first guitar, and I never set it down, and became a part of me.
This is at 5 years old.
5 years old. Not a lot of people know what they want to do at 5 years old, but yeah, I haven't stopped yet, and I don't intend to.
Now, you were putting stuff up on YouTube?
Yeah, we started putting stuff up on YouTube when I was 7. Actually, my first YouTube video went up as a submission to a contest, or kind of like a performance thing that I wanted to enter into, and the ages were 8 to 18, and I was 7 at the time. So I'm like, you know what? We'll send them the video, see what they think. Yeah, and I got into the competition, and that was my first time ever performing on a stage.
Wow. And then isn't that how your management sort of came about through that, if I'm right?
Yeah, definitely. I've been lucky enough to be working with Jim Cressman at Invictus Entertainment. Yeah, and it's awesome because we live in the same town, so it's perfect having your manager 15-minute drive away.
I'm just curious, what kind of songs are you putting out on YouTube?
I'm putting out a lot of original stuff that I've written, and definitely some covers, because like I love doing like Dean Brody, Dallas Smith, Keith Urban, obviously, because he's my hero.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, you mentioned the Canadian guys first, so that's the good thing.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I always like to do the Canadian guys. The biggest show that I've ever played was a theater or a big concert venue with 5,000 people, and I played only Canadian artists.
See that? The red and white, man, growing every day in country music. But you also went to, is it like an art school or something, like for guitar or something like that?
No, I haven't gone to an art school for guitar. No, but I am part of a thing called the Brotherhood of the Guitar.
Okay, that's what I was talking about. Okay.
Yeah, it's for guitar players ages 13 to 18, and everybody in it. There's about I don't even know how many members now. It's growing. Yeah, I got inducted last year, and I've met so many amazing people because of it. I have to thank Robert Knight for that. Because of him, I'm in the Brotherhood, and I have a guitar deal with Music Man Guitars, owned by Ernie Ball, which is crazy.
Wow. Well, look, what kind of stories do you like to tell? Because, I'm used to when I'm talking to the older Canadian acts, it's about love, it's about family, it's this and that. But what kind of stories do you like to tell for your age, for what you've experienced so far?
I like to tell stories about everything. Really, there are lots of different songs on the album. There's love songs. There's even a song about a busker on there.
Are you serious? Well, hold on. Let's get to the album here. Right. So you're saying you've got a song about a busker?
Yes, track 5, Hustle and Flow. It's about the story of a busker on the streets playing his guitar every day.
Wow. So really, the stories that you're telling is what you experience and what you see around you.
Yeah, it's crazy. I like to base all my songs off of real things, so they feel real when people are listening to them.
But people can feel, because when I see you on stage with that guitar, man, does that feel like that's just another part of your body?
It is a part of my body, and yeah, there's no way I can describe how I feel on stage. It's it's a sort of rush that like words can't explain.
Well, let's get back to the album, though, man. What was the approach? Because as we all know, when you release your first album, this is really the introduction for you, not just to your fans, but to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
What did you want to do to make sure that people understood who you were and how they were going to connect with you?
Well, for this album, we tried to get everything on there. There's songs with a more bluesy influence, there's songs with a more folky influence. We tried to get we're kind of testing the waters, you know, trying to see what people like, what does well, and so far the single that's out, Meteorite, which is the title track, is doing incredibly well. People are seeming to like that. So, yeah, there's something on here for everybody, at least in my opinion. So I tried to get almost everything on here.
Do you find, being as young as you are, that you also have to take an extra step to make sure not just for your teenage fans, but adult fans as well can connect with this?
Yeah, it's definitely hard being a young country artist, but yeah, I'm having a blast doing this, and I hope people love the album.
All right, man. Well, look, I got to ask you this too, man. How are you handling the ladies now? Because as we all know, man, you get a guitar, you get a microphone, you get a stage, the ladies are going to go crazy for you. How are you handling that, man, at your age?
We should probably move off this topic before I cry. I start crying.
Well, what kind of advice has your dad given you? Because he's here, as we are at the Hard Rock Cafe, and seems like a great guy, and he probably has given you a lot of advice, not just for this business, but in life in general.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Prepare for the hour and a half speech I have written. No, but he's given me great life advice, not just about relationships, but about the business, because he's been in a hard business for a long time. He does television marketing, and yeah, he understands how cutthroat it can be. But he's given me the best advice I could ask for, and I love him to death.
All right, I know we're gonna have to wrap this up, but before we go, Meteorite, the single itself, what is that song about for you?
That song is about it's about this girl that's kind of in the back of your mind, but you can never really get her out of there. She always, like, whether it's like an ex or someone you like, and she's just always there, kind of haunting you.
We have them all. Every guy has it all. Yeah, and you know what? Thank you for writing a song like that. But as we speak too, man, you're heading to London. You're going to be at the CCMAs.
Yes, I'm going to be at Canadian Country Music Week, and that is where I'm going to be launching my album. There's a big party that's going to be on the 9th at the London, Ontario Music Hall.
I don't see a ticket for me. Is there?
Anybody can come. It's a free event, all
I'm
ages.
not worried about everybody. Look, they're going to come. I just want to make sure I have a ticket. Will I be able to go?
Yes, you will be able to go.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
You're going to be already on the VIP list.
VIP. Finally, I make the VIP. What else is going to be happening in the future? You got a lot going on?
Release. Yeah, there's definitely a lot going on. A lot of my time recently has been devoted to getting the album ready and preparing for that, but I can't wait to see what comes after this. It's definitely been a wild journey so far, and I can't wait to see where it goes.
Well, I'm glad to be part of that journey for this part of it. So thank you so much for the interview. Before we go, website, Twitter, all that stuff, where to go to follow you?
Well, if you go to www.beamerwigley.com, there will be links to all my social media platform there and all my music, and that's the best place to find out more about me.
Fantastic. And last, before we go, advice for any young folks who want to follow in your footsteps.
Just do it. Just go for it. What's the worst that can happen? That's what I did, and I'm not regretting it.
Yeah, because you could be a star like him. My friend, thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you so much for interviewing me.
There we go. Now I'm going to sneak around the back and turn this off.